I'm Luca Paroff. I'm a fourth-year undergrad student at Glasgow University. I've done my degree in anatomy. And what drew me to the Medics.Academy Internship project was how completely unique it was. So for years, Glasgow's been doing things like your wet labs, where you're doing experiments with cadavers to determine different things. You've got your dry labs, where you look at slides in a microscope. Or you've got your dissertations. From first year of university all the way to fourth year, I'd gained lab skills. I knew what I was doing in a lab. But at Medics.Academy, I'd never worked at a company. At my time at Medics.Academy, I was tasked with working on how to integrate AI and gamification into pre-existing Medics.Academy teaching material for their leadership courses that they run. And thankfully, because of the Medics.Academy team, anytime I would have problems, I could lean on them for future support. So that's what I did. So the way I went about this is I decided on the best things for my learning. So for that, I thought role play was especially good. So in an anatomy class, they would ask us, a patient has this condition, this. What do you think is going on? And you would try and figure that out. So I thought it would be good to have a collaborative team event where players would work together to try and figure out the condition. And the way I implemented AI in this was the AI would pretend to be a patient with this condition. So that's the theory, that you make learning more engaging by giving like points, goals, sort of achievements, so people have like objectives they can work towards instead of just looking at a piece of text and trying to grind their way through this. So the way I would use the AI is, for example, I created a tool that could be used by a medical team to give tailored medical adherence plans. So the idea behind that was the AI had gamified learning pre-installed in it, so it knew all the aspects, so like your point system, your achievements, giving people medals and milestones, and also fun facts. So the idea was a medical person could use this AI, be like, my patient has type 2 diabetes, how do I find an engaging gamified way of keeping them to adhere to their medication and their dietary requirements? And it would suggest things like you can give them milestones. So if they do this much exercise, they get a little medal saying like, well done, you've done this amount of work, it's reduced this amount of diabetes. That's the sort of idea and how it would work with the medical team. Internship has really prepared me for like any future, and especially I think it can be used as a model to prepare others for medical sort of teaching, because it's very much the idea of medicine is like you have to be flexible, you have to be adaptable to certain scenarios, and you need to be able to work in teams. And there were moments when I was in the internship, and even though I had worked on something and I thought I knew it really well, I needed to understand that there would be people in the meetings that would have more experience or have insight that would be different from what I'm used to, that could give me guidance, which is very essential for when you're in the medical field. So much advice I could give, but I would say you need to be willing to just give everything to it. You need to be at the point where you know it's going to be different. What you do is going to be so different from all your other classmates that are doing different projects, and you need to understand that you are doing your own thing and you should not let other people influence or stress you. And you need to really just focus on your goals and just look at the variables that you can change and control and focus on them, and that will keep you calm and collected for your work, basically. And my final piece of advice is please go for it. It was genuinely a wonderful experience getting to work with everyone, and I highly recommend it. Thank you to the Medics.Academy team, everyone I worked with. They were exceptionally helpful whenever I would need it, and they would be willing to contact me and help me whenever I needed it. I also want to thank Professor Scott Border and Dr. Emma Bailey, who were the team at Glasgow University who organised and got me the internship. They were exceptionally helpful behind the scenes in helping me stick to course, figure out how to deal with certain problems, and help me write my honours project. So I just want to thank them.